Hey y'all, welcome back. Another Monday recording. We're coming back to you. Might This just might be the time we record moving forward with Kevin's schedule and how it all works out for us. But tonight we brought on one of my friends and one of our most avid listeners, Mark. So Mark, say hello to everybody.
Oh, everybody.
So Mark is a friend of mine that I met, gosh, almost 2 years ago. Mark, it's been that long. He is an avid sports junkie, just like Kevin and I. He also, listens to our podcast every time it comes out. He's actually one of the people that tells me, "Hey, the podcast is not out yet." So it
Awesome.
reminds me to do all of that
Thank God. Shout out to you, Mark.
because
Yes.
I think Kevin and I wouldn't notice it until like a week later going, "Did you see it yet? Did you listen to it yet?" Nope. But we have Mark for that. So thank you, Mark, for doing that. But let's kind of jump into everything. The Final Four is set. If you guys haven't watched college basketball, this is the craziest Final Four I've ever seen. Last year, I saw the post. It was all blue bloods. It was the blue bloods last year. Kansas, Duke, Villanova, UNC. This year, we have no number one seed. We have UConn, who's the highest ranked seed at number 4, San Diego State, FAU, and Miami, right?
That is the teams.
I couldn't remember. I don't know why I couldn't remember Miami, because they came back and beat Texas by 2 after losing by 13 at one point. So Kevin, our podcast from last week did not age well at all, except for your one prediction that UConn could make a run. That's the only thing that we got right.
Literally, I got right that UConn would possibly face Miami, and that almost didn't even happen because I don't know what happened to Texas at the end. I watched the tail end of it when at my cousin's house, and Texas couldn't put the ball in the bucket, and I don't know what Miami was doing. They ended up just catching them off guard right at the end, and then it was over.
Yeah, I actually did not watch any of the games this weekend. I had a busy weekend, so I saw the Texas loss and I just laughed. And then I went, "Oh shoot, my bracket. I still somehow will win the whole bracket. I have
What?
no one in the Final Four, no one in the championship, nothing. I still have the most points. No one's getting even close to me. So I'm waiting for my trophy to be sent to me to put on display in my office for the
That
next
is
year."
that is actually pretty epic. So
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to you.
Mark, how's your Final Four looking?
Man, this is a big surprise.
Yep.
I'm stunned. Miami making it and UConn finally. Oh yeah, and also San Diego State and Florida Atlantic. I am really shocked that these are the biggest underdog teams. I've been shocked to say, and
Yeah.
I wanted to have Princeton, but Princeton just got knocked out. I wanted Princeton to win so badly, but they got knocked out by Creighton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Creighton played I watched that game. Creighton played a very, very good game against a team that's very similar in style to them in Princeton. But all right, it's our Final Four. It's what? Who plays who, Kevin? You know this better than I do.
Yeah, so it's actually interesting. It's the two mid majors of FAU and San Diego State versus each other, and then the other matchup is Miami versus UConn.
So we have the Big East / ACC
On
rivals
one end, and then you have
from years ago.
yep,
Oh my God.
and then two mid majors out of nowhere. So no matter what, this year for the first time, we're gonna have a mid major in a final game as a
And
possibility of winning the Final Four.
these 4 teams, none of them have won a national championship, right?
Three out of the
Oh,
four have
sorry,
not
yeah,
won.
UConn, yeah, UConn's won a bunch, but
UConn has won 4 for men.
that's a bunch. Let's be honest, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Not compared to UNC, Duke, or UCLA, but
Yeah, exactly.
or Kentucky. But all right, make your predictions. Who wins FAU San Diego State? Mark.
I will have to say San Diego State.
Okay. Kevin?
I am going with Mark on that one. I just think San Diego State is just a bigger team. I for the it's been a while since I've watched them, but I didn't realize how big all of them are. It's looked like their team is like their whole starting lineup are full of linebackers that should be playing football. So I'm just because of that, I think they are going to take it over FAU. And I'm gonna stick to my guns like I did last week. I'm gonna go with UConn going to the final game,
Oh,
beating Miami.
you're just gonna jump the gun and go to your next one too. Okay. Well, we're gonna get to that.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry. Well,
well, we're gonna skip over
it's
you.
it's what I
No.
do because I have to make up for being late as I usually am.
And your Tim
So
Tebow gaff from like episodes ago. You
whatever.
still are never gonna make that.
Never.
Timmy!
Yes. Hey, I'm gonna find me a Tim Tebow jersey just to wear it, just for merit.
Oh, we will
So
talk about jerseys here shortly
yes,
because you made my weekend. We will talk about
no problem.
why that happened.
No problem.
I'm gonna stay with everybody, jump on the bandwagon. San Diego State. The other day, I can't remember who they were playing. They just dominated the team. There was no.
They beat Alabama.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the Alabama game. It was the game before that. If there was FDU.
No, they didn't.
No.
I don't think they matched up with FDU.
I can't remember who they matched up with, but they just dominated. They were so much bigger, like you said, Kevin. But they also are an older team.
Yep.
They have good experience. Like everyone else is younger, or they have a good mix. San Diego State's an older team, very well coached. I can see them going to the final. Since we jumped the gun, Mark, we'll jump to you in a second. UConn versus Miami. In my heart of hearts, I want to say it's UConn because of how well they've played this whole tournament. Man, there is something about this Miami team that's making me lean Miami to win this game, and a close one. They should have gotten blown out by Texas, and they came back and won. So I'm going to go San Diego State, Miami final. Mark, who is it? Who wins UConn versus Miami? Who do you pick there?
Oh, okay. This one's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to take UConn.
Ooh, all right. So
Mark knows.
Yes.
San Diego State and UConn. Who do you two think wins? Mark, we'll start with you.
I gotta have to say I gotta have to go sadly for San Diego State.
Okay. Kevin.
If it's between those two, that would be a hell of a story for San
It's a
Diego
hell of a
State to
story
win.
no matter what.
Nine seniors, 8 or 9 seniors are upperclassmen that are playing to win the championship. I don't even what conference does San Diego State even play in? I don't even remember.
The WAC?
Is it the WAC?
Yeah, I think
God.
they play in the WAC.
But in my heart of hearts, I think it's gonna be UConn because normally every year at UConn, the last couple of years that they've been in the Final Four, they've been like a lower seed, and that's when they've won. And a little fun fact for you guys: the last 3 out of 4 times that UConn won, it was in the state of Texas. So when it was 04, they won in Texas. The Kemba Walker year, they won in Houston.
Mhm.
And then in 2011, San Antonio's the Shabazz Napier year, they won in 2014 there. So I feel like they're going to get some Texas magic again. That their shooting guard, Hawkins, special player. He might be going to be a top pick in this year's NBA draft. I think he could be the reason why UConn makes the run. And I'm gonna take UConn. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Shout out to my nephew Bryce, who is living that dream as a UConn student.
I hope he if UConn wins and they get like student allotted tickets, that he somehow is able to go. That would be amazing for him.
Oh my god, I know. He said he's gonna try. He's gonna try.
So update there in the Mountain West Conference. I don't think the WAC's a conference anymore. I think that got like disbanded. Because
Okay.
anytime I click on anything about it, it just refreshes the page. So they're in the Mountain West. For me, if it's Miami versus San Diego State, both teams are relatively older in the retrospect of college basketball, when we're not talking about they're playing the sophomores and seniors or freshmen and sophomores the whole time. I'm going to go with San Diego State edges it out in a close one and wins their first ever national championship, and most likely potentially their last. I know we talked about it last week. We have to give the respect to the mid majors, and the transfer portal changes a lot of things with college basketball more than college football. But I think we're going to get back to having those top tier teams figuring it out and being those top dogs again over the next couple of years. But we'll see.
I agree. That it's this year, I feel like is an anomaly of like everything happening right now with like transfer portal. This is probably we're running up close to like all those people that had that extra year because of COVID. That's running out now. So
yeah,
I
think they get one more year. I think there's one. This is like not this year, but the following 2024. That season is the end of the COVID years.
Of the COVID years. So like, I think once that gets all passed, the upper echelon teams are gonna figure out how this whole thing works, and there'll be a tough time for mid majors to make it again, unless for some reason they all decide to stick together like the San Diego State team.
Yeah, we'll see. It's been very fun to watch, though. I'll definitely watch the Final Four. I want to talk about this player because Kevin loves the women's basketball like I do, and it's on behind me. Though it's commercial, it's Stanford versus Maryland, and Maryland's getting their butts handed to them, of course.
Stanford versus Maryland?
Yeah.
Really?
No, not Stanford, South Carolina.
I was about to say, because I was like, I'm pretty
Stanford
sure
already
Stanford
lost.
they lost already.
Yeah, they got booted. They got booted. Caitlin Clark is the first male or female basketball player in tournament history to have 40-point triple-double. This girl is insane.
So good.
She, I think in both tournaments, is the best player across all players in the NCAA tournament for men's and women's. Best player, hands down.
By far, and in a way, she's going to be the number one pick in the WNBA draft within a couple weeks.
Who's got the number one pick for that?
I don't remember.
I'm looking it up.
Go ahead, look it up. But, I think Caitlin Clark is special. That's why she's one out of the 5 high school athletes that already has an NIL deal with Nike. So I'm not sure if you ever checked your Nike app recently. They're selling Caitlin Clark like merchandise.
Oh no.
Well, who's got the number one pick?
The team that likes to pick point guards every goddamn time.
Who's that?
The Fever.
Oh. Well, here's my half glass full assessment. Indiana Fever. It's close to Iowa. She's going to get a lot of people in the Midwest that love her. So maybe she makes things happen. Maybe she'll bring some free agents along the way. But that's going to be a rough start for her in Indiana.
Yeah. Maybe she'll pull an Eli and boycott it. And up until like literally 6 days ago, they have Aaliyah Boston going first overall.
Well, Leah Boston from South Carolina is really good.
Yeah.
So, like, either or, depending on what, like, each team has, I would say, like, they're going to be set. This is going to be a hell of a draft that they have.
They don't have Caitlin going in the first 12 picks.
That should possibly change.
Yeah, you think? Let's hope.
When was that? When
6
was that
days
last
ago.
updated? Okay.
Yeah. That's the most recent one I saw. Did you see Texas basketball hire their interim head coach as the main head coach now for the next 5 years.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
He earned that.
We
He
brought him
earned
to an
that.
Elite Eight.
Yeah, especially with all the turmoil, they could have just packed it in that this year and said the hell with it. We'll figure it out next time. But they decided to play hard for that coach,
And they were
he did
number
really well.
they went all the way up to number 5 in the country, right?
Yeah.
They did really well.
He deserves his raise. Go get your money, coach. What's his name? I don't remember.
I
his
don't know.
name.
I just saw a picture and
Texas coach.
he has
You
really
deserve
small
your money.
glasses and really big head.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
kind
out
of
to
funny.
him.
Kevin, you might want to give him your glasses. It might fit on his face a little bit better.
I really like my glasses.
I know. They're like the iconic Kevin look. Can't let
This
you give those up.
is. I know. We never talked about like my new glasses on the pod. It's just like I needed to
Well,
switch it up.
they look like the same one as the old ones. They're the same kind of.
No. If you take a look at the
Oh, boy.
older glasses, they're a completely different style. And you'll be
Oh,
like,
Okay.
this is different. A lot of
Okay.
people like this look better. It does
Is it-
make me look smarter. So
Oh boy. I'm going to keep all comments to myself because I don't want to lose my co-host.
oh my gosh. You see, you hear this, Mark? This is what you
Yeah.
we gotta deal with
He
on
listens
a
to
regular.
it all the time.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So this came out. We're going to talk about 2 NFL things. The first is a little bit less interesting unless you're a Patriot fan or a Cleveland Brown fan. Jerry Jeudy and Sutton apparently are not on the trading table, according to Sean Payton.
Oh.
Normally, though, when a coach says that, that means they're not listening to more than one or two teams. We know that everyone, no matter what time of year it is, there's trade talks. There's talks about getting different players, moving players around. And I also read an article that was saying that if the Broncos do want to move these two or one of the two, it'll be closer to draft day.
Mm.
So in a couple of a month or so?
Yeah, it's about I think it's exactly 30 days from now.
Yeah, so we have a month away from the NFL draft. Maybe we see something move. God, I am hoping we do. I really want to see Jerry Jeudy in a Patriots jersey. That would be amazing. Be great. What are your thoughts, guys?
Solid. I'm hoping that it happens for you, Mary, because I think Mac Jones definitely needs some weapons. He needs some help because Jacoby Myers is already gone. And so Patriots need many offense weapons, a lot of holes to fill up.
Yeah, I agree. I think they put in a couple of decent players. I like the James Robinson signing. I am one that actually likes the Juju Smith signing. He is a better yard per catch and yard after the catch type player than Jacoby was. And it's proven. Granted, they're about the same size, same speed, all of that, but there's just smaller things that add up. And then, of course, the biggest news of the day that Adam Schefter decided to drop, which apparently this request was made at the beginning of March. And we're just learning about it now. Like, damn. Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens has decided he wants to leave the team and has requested a trade by the Ravens to get him off that team. He's asking for, I think, $40 million per year at this point in his life. This market got screwed up. I listened to Richard Sherman a couple of days ago. Basically said this market got screwed up when Kirk Cousins got his all guaranteed deal with the Vikings. And then you had Patrick Mahomes get the $500 million deal, almost all fully guaranteed. Then you have Josh Allen's deal, which is just like this much more. And now Lamar wants that same type of money. I personally don't think any human in their right mind is worth that money. But I also don't think a football player that has been prone to injury and may have a good arm, but runs more than he throws is worth $40 million a year. And I could be totally off. I could be totally wrong, but that's my thought.
I have to agree with you, Parrot. It's the same. I think with Lamar, I think he's been like quite injured sometimes, like too often, and then he came back on the field. I don't know why like players like Lamar wants to have like more money because of this injury prone or stuff like that. Yeah,
Kevin, your thoughts?
I mean, if I am Lamar Jackson and I do what I do, hell yeah, I'm gonna want to get paid.
Oh
I
yeah.
think he deserves to get paid with the rest of them, like Kirk Cousins, like Mahomes. I think I put him in like maybe in that upper echelon of quarterbacks that are playing right now.
I think he's
Um,
your second tier, those the upper echelon, I would
yeah,
say.
he's less like you have your main five, and then he's probably like in that second group.
Yeah.
Um, but I think what it is with him is that I think he just feels underappreciated by this Baltimore Ravens team. So if like think about like the people that he's lost, like they traded away Hollywood Brown, one of his top receivers last year. Then who all he has is Mark Andrews as a tight end. Like if and he gotta that's why he's gotta run for his life because he ain't got no to throw to. So if I'm him, I'm definitely gonna ask for that money. I think somebody will give it to him. Who that's gonna be remains to be seen. I know we've talked about it on the podcast. The quarterback market is kind of shrinking in a sense because of their teams are either in a development stage with their quarterbacks or they're set on their quarterback and they're looking for pieces to surround that person.
Mhm.
So I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Um, I know there's been chatter about the New York Football Jets for him, but I don't think that is in the cards. They are going to go after,
I heard the Jets were 100% only pursuing Rodgers from a
which they
report
should
I
be,
read.
which they should be. They don't need to be playing around with this. Focus on Rodgers, move on, and take it from there.
I would say if you look at the options on places where he could go or teams that will look at him, I think your top options are the Falcons, the Colts. I threw in the Texans in a text to a couple of my friends earlier because they have pieces they're building around. They have no quarterback. And no offense, you're going to get a top tier quarterback and a rookie who may or may not do well. And then you're back to square one where you were for the past 3 years. I have the Patriots in there only because of the rumblings that have always been around the Patriots and Lamar Jackson. All Patriot fans wanted was Lamar Jackson, 5-6 years ago when he came out. So that was the hope back then. Now it's the hope that they could do it again now. We'll see. I think asking price for him is going to be astronomical. And the Ravens are definitely going to want more than one or two players back in return plus draft picks. So
Yeah, I think Lamar is gonna be at least 4 to 5 draft picks between the first 3 rounds of a draft. At
I think
least.
I would say your top 2 rounds is where you're going to get all of that value back.
Yeah. So we shall see. Time will tell all.
Well, let's talk about our favorite teams that Mark is wearing a hat for, which yay.
Yay.
Is that just say West Virginia on it? There's no
it's West Virginia
Oh
Mountaineers.
yeah, it has it on the Mountaineers right in the rib.
The one you got for me for Christmas.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
when we were down in for the game this past year, we got you that hat.
That's
Um,
awesome.
So spring football is underway, which is awesome. The spring game is in a few weeks. The blue and gold game, that'll be good. I might go. I get to pick out my season tickets.
Oh, really?
If I
So
go,
dope.
only if I go, I can pick my seats out.
But
very,
that's actually pretty legit.
yeah, it is kind of cool if you want to switch your seats up or get new ones. Like you can go and the ticket people will walk you around. I remember that's what we did when I was working in ticket sales. You bring them out and go, hey, let's go. You want to check them out? Come on, it's a great view right here, right? God,
Oh my gosh.
I also don't want to go deal with that. I just want to tell them, here's what I want and just go. I don't want you to tell me anything else. So that's been good. That's a good thing to see some of these guys coming in. But today was also pro day.
Yes.
So I want to see what these guys ran. I have to say, out of your, seniors and guys that are leaving, you have Sam James, you have Stills, you have Bryce Ford Wheaton. I have to say Ford is probably a day 2 draft pick right now.
I have all the stats in front of me.
Oh, you do? Let's hear it.
So
Actually, start with Ford's 40-yard dash because I want to see improve all these people's.
Ford Wheaton did not run the 40-yard dash. He actually didn't do anything. He only did his height and weight. Yeah. Ford Wheaton only did, he just gave his height and weight. So he's 6 feet 0.35. Is it 6 feet 35? I don't know. They list the height weird, so I can't. I think it's 6'3" and 5 inches. There you go.
That would not make any sense.
I don't. Well, that 6035. What does that mean?
He's 6'3".
6'3". Exactly.
6'3". 6'3.5 is probably what it means. So he's like half. Okay.
Round him up to 6'4". 6'4", weight 223. He didn't do any of the skills. Looks like he probably he just was there and just maybe interview with teams. Dante Stills, he comes in at 6'3", weight 293. He did the bench press and got 26 reps.
Yeah, because he didn't do well on the bench press at the combine.
Okay.
I think he hit like 20 and that was it. So he wanted to improve. Everything else, he killed it.
Let's go. Sam James, coming in at 5'11".
He's that short?
Yeah.
Well, and that's not, that 5'11" is not short, but
yeah.
I
mean, short for you, but like tall for
you too.
185. He got 11 reps on the bench.
Did he run the 40?
40-yard dash. He got a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah, 4.50. Broad jump 10.2. Vertical jump 36.5.
Huh. Not as
20-yard shuffle 4.24 seconds. And the 3-cone drill 6.90 seconds.
Not as quick as I thought he would be on the 40.
Yeah.
So Ford Wheaton still has the fastest 40 time from the combine and everything.
Yeah. At least from this look over here. And then the other people they had work out, Parker Grothus, which is like their punter guy.
Yep.
Jasir Cots, their transfer from North Dakota State last year. Exery Lowe, Wesley McCormick, transfer cornerback from last year. Brian, and the tight end that transferred in from Colorado State, Brian Palende.
Nice.
Yeah.
They didn't have any former
they didn't have any
players.
Did not have any former WU guys work out today. It was only our current seniors that were in.
I like that.
That's cool though.
I think that's awesome. Awesome. Well, hopefully, like I said, I think Ford Wheaton's a day 2 draft pick right now. I think he's put himself into that spot. I think he should be a top draft pick if he's putting up the numbers he put up. And we've discussed this. If he went to Ohio State, he'd be in top 10 pick, top 15 pick. But he didn't. He went to West Virginia. So
probably I'm seeing end of day 2 is where
so that's what, third round?
Third or fourth round.
Did they the 4th round in day 2? I thought it was second and third in day 2.
I'm sorry. End of day 2. So like end of third, and then possibly beginning of day 3. 4 through 7, you're right, is the day 3.
Okay. So we'll have to pay attention. I want to see. I'll take, if no one wants Ford Wheaton, the Patriots will take him. He's fast. And he can catch the ball.
I mean, my Steelers like to have wide receivers that are picked in the later rounds, and they make them into stars, and then they go ahead and sign big deals elsewhere. It's just the way we do.
Hey, you know what though? you know, there's one team out of this chat right now that really needs wide receivers. Mark, can you tell me who that team is?
Ah, I bet the Patriots do need a wide receiver, and the Jets maybe.
I was going to go with your Giants need wide
Oh,
receivers.
definitely. I totally forgot about my Giants.
Hey, your Giants are doing well right now. They're
Yeah.
they're making chicken salad out of chicken shit with what they had. So like they got Darius Slayton did well. The two other guys I'm drawing a blank on their name. I think one of them had the last name James, and then
Yeah.
someone else. But they resigned those guys. So if they can just continue to develop, that's awesome. If maybe you get another guy to just help out with depth wise, I mean, I would take Bryce Ford Wheaton to the Giants. There's already another former West Virginia guy there, so I'm all about it.
Did he stay on
That's
the regular
awesome.
53-man roster or did he get bounced back down to practice squad?
No, he was on the 53.
Nice.
He would get reps, but then they
He
wouldn't
did.
throw him the ball.
No, well,
Or
Danny
or
Dimes
he
only
would drop
runs.
it.
He
Danny
runs
Dimes
just like Josh Allen. He absolutely runs like Josh Allen.
definitely does. This is big news for the West Virginia football. Rashid Marshall, a former quarterback for West Virginia, is now the director of player relations, right, Kevin?
Yes, director of player relations. That's a big deal. You talk about a lot of the complaints about our alma maters that not showing any love to like our previous players and things like that. And I think hiring a guy like him, prestigious quarterback that people would say, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would call him prestigious, but I think I would say more or less well touted quarterback that West Virginia's had during their years. He was one of the main quarterbacks before Pat White got into town. So I think it's a huge help and huge get for us to have somebody of his caliber take over something like the player relations. So shout out to Rasheed Marshall.
Same. And then transfers for college basketball. Holy crap. UNC just got decimated. I think they lost 3 players. West Virginia had 2 or 3 bench players leave.
Yep, just the two so far.
But the biggest name for the West Virginia is the guy you mentioned the other day to me, Kevin, Caleb, the guy from UNC.
Oh
Why can't I remember?
yes. Oh my god. He's like 6'9" for UNC. I forgot his
Yeah,
name.
I'll look. Hold on.
I think I texted it to you.
It's in the group chat. Puff Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. Former 4-star player. I definitely would add depth and can shoot. So I'll take it. We also are talking to the Arizona kid,
Yeah, it starts
the
with a
point guard.
K.
Yeah,
I
he got
forgot
an
his
interesting hairdo. I
yeah,
saw that.
I just forgot his what his name is, but a lot.
Oh, he froze. Oh, he
What?
froze.
That happens all the time. There's technical difficulties. Wonder if he gets his internet upgrade.
Oh, he should. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
perfect picture. Oh no, he's gone. No, I
What?
didn't get to take a picture.
What is going on?
Most likely, either he lost power. So everyone that's listening, Kevin, of course, froze again and has dropped. So, we're just gonna go from there. I don't even know what to do at this point. I just throw my hands up. I'm done. It's been good talking to y'all. Bye. No, I'm just kidding.
Bye.
But so, like we're saying, the transfer portal is becoming ridiculous for college basketball. Mark, I know you don't pay as much attention to college basketball like Kevin and I. So I'm not sure if you've noticed anything or seen anything, but some big names are starting to move around out there, but we'll see. I don't think it's too bad right now, but we'll see what happens
Yeah,
in the
I
next
was
couple of weeks.
wondering what's going to happen with JT Daniels. Is he going to
Hmm.
survive on the roster?
JT Daniels for West Virginia. Where did he go? Where did he end up transferring to? I can't say bum because he's not a bum. That's just mean to say. He transferred to Rice, Rice University down in Texas. We'll see.
mhm.
I don't trust him. I don't have any. You're looking at his stats here, and he's been okay. Never been great, but serviceable. But we'll see.
Hopefully, West Virginia has to get a quarterback.
No, we don't. We're good. We have Garrett
Oh.
Green and Nico. I don't want another quarterback. I like
Right.
those two. They work for me, and we have like the biggest four-headed monster at running back I've ever seen in my life. So I'm good there. But we'll see. It's still early. They still can get transfers pulled in and guys coming in, and you still don't have all your high school kids that were signed. That they didn't do the early admittance to school. So they might come in later on in the summertime when the summer program. But it will be fun. I think it'll be a good game, good season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like we said, if we lose to Pitt, then
Uh-oh.
Neil Brown is 100% fired.
Yeah.
Let's
And
see.
if that happens, and the fans are going to go berserk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin is restarting his laptop. It completely crashed. Good.
Oh, man.
That's great. Great. Well, we're just going to move on from Kevin at this point. Mark, we're going to start with you because now
Yeah.
we're on the segment where we talk about our jerseys and hats. So
Yeah.
you've got the combo on tonight. So tell us what you got.
I got here the New York Mets jersey.
Nice.
But the player that I'm wearing is on the New York Mets. Can you guess?
Is he still on the Mets? Is the question.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know like any Mets players besides Verlander and DeGrom. And DeGrom doesn't play for the Mets anymore, or Mike Piazza, and he's retired.
Man, I know those big names. I know it's only Verlander. It's Francisco Lindor, number 12.
Oh, nice. Oh, Kevin's back. There we go.
Oh.
And then what hat do you have on for the viewers that can't see us?
The West Virginia Mountaineers.
Nice. Look at you. Hey, you're back.
Welcome back.
My God. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm like,
you know what
we were due. What?
You had the perfect face. Your face was like this.
Nice.
And I was about to ready to take a picture, and then your screen dropped. I was like, no.
Goodness gracious.
But we're on to the point of talking about our jerseys and our hats. So Mark's already discussed his. Who do you have on, Kev?
Yes. So my jersey today is in honor of Merritt, for his love of this person. It's an old LeBron jersey from the land from a couple years ago. It's with the Goodyear sponsor that was originally sponsoring the Cavs a couple years, and now the Cavs have a new sponsor on their jersey. But I remember this was one of my first quarantine purchases from the infamous quarantine purchase splurge. So Mark, I'm sure you know from listening, what I did during my time off when we were all locked in was find my relove of eBay and found any jerseys with the sponsorship patches on for good deals. So this one was for a solid deal. And so going and completing a collection. And I also wore it because LeBron is back playing. So shout out to LeBron. And his son is currently crushing it in the dunk contest right now.
Oh, yeah, for the high school stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, they showed a video of his son, and his son is actually Bronny got a lot better.
It's a lot better.
This is scary.
I still think he's going to go at least a year in college first.
I hope so. I hope that's the way that.
Oh, my goodness. Hold on, Mary. I need to send this to you.
Oh, gosh. What is it?
You'll see.
Okay. I'm waiting.
It should get there any moment in your Texas.
Is this his dunk? He dunks over his brother?
Yep.
Whoa.
If you want to forward my thing to Mark.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what? I will.
He made that quite easily.
I'll give him credit for it. I need to see that. I don't want that view. I need the other view. The only thing I'll say is I like that he dunked over his brother, but
Mhm.
he needs to keep his head up. Don't dunk.
Yeah,
His brother's
yeah,
head's all the way
true.
down, so you lose.
True.
It's a
Ooh.
whole extra foot that he's not dunking over.
Yeah.
But still, thoroughly impressive. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So
Ronnie out here. He is out here, man, just like his dad.
yeah, he is. Oh, so I don't have a hat on tonight again for the
Oh
second
my
week in a row.
goodness.
I
Oh,
know.
my.
It's just having good hair days. I don't want to put a hat on.
Oh goodness gracious.
No, but I'm yesterday my wife Ashley and I went out and about, and she wanted to go to I guess it would be like a craft fair or whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
It was all women run businesses.
Okay.
So we went, checked it out. We had a mimosa by this woman who created her own mixology place. So it's Maxology or something.
Okay.
With a kind of rhyme to her name. And then we went next door was like a thrift shop. Vintage by Lex. And that's where I got this sweet shirt from. I was like, I want to rock this shirt tonight on the pod because this is pretty dope. So it's that split down the middle, two different shirts sewn together look. Oh, I'll take it. And Kevin is frozen again.
Oh. Keeps happening all the time.
Yep, that's gonna be a picture worthy though. Oh my god, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Oh gosh, oh gosh.
I wonder how is Andrew?
Uh doing homework, hopefully.
Oh man, he is like a straightforward student.
He's
Hard work.
he tries. We just
Yeah.
he'll listen to this and he'll be like, oh really? No. No, he's a college kid. He does all his fun stuff.
Yeah. Have you seen like the technical difficulties?
Yeah.
It's keep happening. It's like the theme song and then
Oh,
backyard.
yep, here we go again. Lost
Yeah.
Kevin again.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna text him.
I think he needs to upgrade his internet.
I think he needs to upgrade his computer.
More than that.
Oh boy. I want to hear what he was going to say. He looked like he was so excited about saying something. So I want to give him that benefit of the doubt of what's going on. But damn. Let's see. Who do we have on behind? Ohio State versus Virginia Tech women's basketball. Don't care. It's Ohio State and Virginia Tech.
I wanted Miami on the women's side to win the Cavalier or something. It's like a player.
Oh,
I forgot the name.
The twins, the Cavalier twins.
Yes.
Yeah. Did they lose?
Yeah, they did lose to LSU.
Oh,
I think last night.
well, yeah, that's LSU. Yeah, they lost 54 to 42.
Oh man.
Yeah. Kevin has no idea what's happening.
I know. And so you froze, Merritt.
No, I'm still here.
Oh
no, I didn't freeze. I promise. I did not freeze.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Kevin told me to just keep going. So
okay.
We are going to continue this conversation, and maybe he'll join us again. I'm not 100% sure. He is rebooting his computer for the second time in 5 minutes.
Mess.
Yeah, that's not good. Kevin, when you listen to this episode, get a new computer. All right. So Mark, you're our special guest. We talked to you about what we want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're open to any questions you have, our thoughts on certain situations going on in the sports world, basketball, football, whatever. You have questions about us for the podcast on how we've done things, what we're looking to do. Any question that you want to ask us, feel free. We're open books tonight, okay?
All right, I'm thinking. I'm wondering, what are the Patriots' other needs other than offense during the off season for you?
So do you mean just offense in general, or do you say like
either defense or other things like offense line protection?
Okay, so defensively, I think we're fine. We bring back every player on the defensive side of the ball besides Devin McCourty, who retired. We released Jalen Mills and then re-signed him to a more team-friendly deal for 1 year. So I think we're defensively golden. We bring back a top 6-7 defense in the league. Offensively, we need to shore up our offensive line. And we went out and got a good weapon in Mike Gesicki from Miami. I like the Juju Smith signing. I like the James Robinson signing. Brings a couple more weapons in. Big thing is we need to find that young receiver. We have Tyron Thornton too, but he didn't play a lot last year because of a shoulder injury. No real flow in the game. So I think we just need that one receiver that can come in and do well. But we'll see. It's all up in the air after getting a new offensive coordinator. I think that helps, but it all depends on what happens on draft night. I really hope if they do the right thing, they go for an offensive tackle to shore up that spot on their offensive line. Kevin, you're back, and you were going to say something before you dropped.
And what was I saying?
We were talking about my shirt, and I said it was from Vintage by Lex, and you're like,
no, so literally right when you were talking about like you were getting stuff, that's when I noticed why the fuck is his shirt like 2 different shirts? It was like throwing me off. And then that's when it was infamous. Of course, just drop off the face of this earth because the world doesn't want to see me win out here.
Kevin, I'm gonna have to refute your text that says my computer's fine. That is bullshit. It ain't fine if it keeps doing this.
Well, I think I rebooted 4 times when we recorded with Andrew. So we're already on number 2.
I'm knocking on wood right now. This
So
better
am
not
I.
happen.
I turned off everything on the computer. I don't even know what we're talking about. All the notes are off. All I have is a Zoom meeting on. So if this freaks out again, I'm gonna freaking scream.
Okay, well, we're on the part where Mark is just asking his question. He just asked me about the Patriots, what I thought their needs were at this point in the offseason. So it's up to Mark on where we go next. He's steering the bus, and we're just the prisoners in the back.
Steer us away, Mark.
Oh boy.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting.
All right. Now I'm going to ask you about the Steelers. They have a lot of holes to fill in. I know they may need like more offense weapons and especially defense players. What do you think for you, Kevin, that the Steelers' biggest need is this offseason?
I think number 1 this is my opinion. We have a young quarterback. We have a duty to protect him. We need an offensive line. We've started to do that with some of our moves in the offseason. Signed a couple guys. I would love another wide receiver threat. I mean, we have Johnson's great. We got Pickens. I would love another threat to be out there with them. And then afterwards, I would probably go somewhere in the secondary. Steelers, we can make linebackers out of anybody. But I definitely think we could use some more secondary help or free safety or cornerback. We lost one of our cornerbacks already. Got one back in Patrick Peterson. So with that, I think those would be what we need to focus on in the draft or in the rest of our offseason signing. Protecting Kenny Pickett and protecting our defense to make sure we're still strong.
Sounds solid. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Except I still want to see them lose. Just saying.
I mean, anytime anyone plays the Patriots, I root against them. I'm sorry. Just what
it's okay.
It is.
Anytime anyone plays the Steelers, I hope they beat the crap out of them.
I know. It's just the way it is of the world.
Yeah, it is. And can't help it. All right. What else, Mark? What else you got?
Okay. Now the NBA playoffs are going to be coming. I was wondering if the Celtics and the Knicks are going to face off in the first round of the playoffs. This is going to be like the most fun. I think it's going to be like a dogfight. So I was wondering if this will happen in the first round.
Let's see. So if if it ended tonight, right? Let me just see. I think this article is up to date. I can't tell. It's from the NBA.com. So it might be pretty close to being up to date. The only way the Celtics would play the Knicks is if the Knicks and Celtics met in the Eastern Conference Finals at this point. I don't see that happening. Personally.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
right
could-
now it's the Celtics are second, 52-23. My Knicks are in the fifth seed, 42-33. So it would mean that the Knicks would be face off with the Cavs, and then the Knicks would have to play the Bucks. I personally, I think the Knicks can beat anybody in the Eastern Conference except for the Milwaukee Bucks. I think we have figured it out for every team except for them. I just don't think we have enough to stop Giannis. And the only way we could beat them is if Julius would have a ridiculous game. We'd have to play perfect. Jalen has a great game. Shots are going down from our bench players, and the shots are not going down for the Bucks players. But the thing is, the Bucks have shooting, they have defense, they have lots of depth, they have size. They want to go small, they can go small. I just think the Bucks are that team to beat right now, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think personally think going into the playoffs right now, it's going to be Boston, Milwaukee, Eastern Conference Finals. And honestly, it is a toss-up between the two of them on who wins that. That one's going 7 games, 100%.
And Giannis has to be very healthy. I got to admit, he needs to start being healthy.
Doesn't. And with that one, though, I don't even think Giannis has to be at full health because they have so much depth on that team that if Giannis, say, like, didn't play, if they'll play the winner of the 9-10 team. Okay. Oh no, they'll play the winner of the 9-10, and then the loser of the 7-8 is whoever wins that one. Will play the Bucks. So no matter what, it's either they play the Raptors, the Chicago Bulls, the Heat, or Atlanta. Giannis could sit for 3 out of those. I would say they sweep them 3 out of those 4 games, and the Bucks will still win. The talent that the Bucks have is ridiculous. That what they have acquired. They got Dragic after the trade deadline on a player buyout. They have, I'd say, the second best defensive guard behind Marcus Smart and Javon Carter. Repping, old treadmill mentality. So we'll see. But that's my thought.
You're missing 2 glaring players on there with
Chris
Drew
Middleton,
Holiday,
and Drew Holiday.
I mean, not
And
even just that.
And Covington's good. And shoot, I hate his guts. Duke guy.
Oh, Grayson Allen?
Yeah, don't like him.
I mean, like they literally have the perfect mesh of players to play the style needed for them to win.
Yeah.
And that's key in NBA. If you're able to play your niche style and know your role and what you're supposed to do, that's given. If you play your role like I always hear from Cyrus, if players are able to play their role, those teams are most likely to win.
Okay, now the next question. Now that I wonder where the Cavaliers for the Twins from the Miami for the female, where would they be drafted? Which team in the WNBA if that was supposed to happen?
Wait, say that. Ask that question again, Mark.
The Cavalier Twins from the Miami.
Oh, Miami. The
yes.
Miami girls.
Yes.
I don't think they're gonna get drafted.
I don't think so either.
Because I think they're a little small for the WNBA.
Yeah, they're like 5'4",
5'5".
Yeah, they're good. let's put it this way, they are good, but they also have their own modeling gigs and all this other stuff. Those two will go make more money in 1 year than they probably would in their full WNBA, career if they were able to be drafted.
Would it be cool for them to be in the WNBA? Yes,
Yeah.
because they would get so much coverage because they already have millions and millions of followers on TikTok. I
And
think it would be a hell
Instagram.
of a story. So if they were to make it, but I just think that like in the business scheme of things, I don't think that a team is gonna take a chance on one, let alone the two of them. And because I have a feeling those two would like to be together. And I just don't think that's realistic uh in a business side of things.
And
So
they could go play overseas if they really wanted to.
yeah.
But I honestly think because they were seniors this year, right? This was their final
Yeah,
year.
this is their final year.
I think this is their last time playing collegiate or professional style basketball. I think that's like Kevin and I said, they'll make plenty of money. They've made a bunch of money already. They're good. They're solid. They're gonna go
It,
model and do all their fun stuff, whatever they want to do.
yeah, it would be if they really truly love the game of basketball and they really want to make a career out of it, then I could see them, maybe one of them like going overseas, or maybe they fight for a spot in like training camp. But I think they're just, in my opinion, I think they're just caught up in what they do social media wise, and they figured that whole thing out. So it's like, if I'm already making this X amount of money doing this already, I might as well just keep doing it.
Yeah. Totally
Yeah.
agree.
All right. Now, the WNBA prediction this season. I'm wondering who's going to do well, who's not going to do good.
I think I'm going to start with who's not going to do good. And it's always the same team every year, the Indiana Fever.
Uh,
They just don't. That team just somehow, some way, just does not know how to draft the right players. There was a year where they took what, 2 or 3? They took back-to-back years. They got point guards. Neither of those point guards play for the Fever anymore. One of them's retired already.
Yep.
So like they just haven't had a good track record. And they used to be a pretty decent team. And then for who's going to be good, the Aces or the Liberty. I think those are your two teams right now. What about you, Kevin?
I mean, so who is going to be good? Let me just go ahead, just make sure I got my teams right. I definitely think it's going to be the Aces going to run the West.
Oh,
The
100%.
Aces are
Yeah.
just too good. So this is the standings from last year, Mark. The bottom three teams were the Indiana Fever with 5 wins and 31 losses.
Wow.
The Sparks with 13 and 23.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And then the
Wow.
Atlanta Dream with 14 and 22, tie with the Minnesota Lynx. So, and then right after that was like the Liberty finished 16 and 20. They just made it into the playoffs last year. So with that, I think your top teams are definitely going to be the Aces, Chicago Sky. I would even take the Mystics with Deladon on there.
Is she on the? Oh yeah, she is on the Mystics now.
Yes, because she got traded from Chicago to there.
Right.
So I would think those would be your main teams that are going to be it. Uh, Connecticut is usually very, very good. So it's just a matter of they just continue to retool that roster. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to Seattle. I think Seattle might be the one of the downward spiral teams this year because they
After
just
losing
lost Brianna
Stewart.
Stewie and Sue Bird just retired. So unless they do some other significant trades,
You
that's
are
what I'm curious of.
you are forgetting one team who's getting back up until a few years ago, probably one of the best players in the NBA, WNBA.
I know this one.
The Phoenix Mercury get back Griner.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna question you guys about Brittany Griner if she's gonna be ready to come back.
Oh, 100%. I expect her to come out with a vengeance and just go
Yes.
on a tear. They're a solid team too. I think if you pick your top two from each side, I think it's the Aces run the West, and then it's the Mercury right after them. I think it's the Liberty and probably
I
I
go
love
Connecticut. Connecticut's
I
always
almost
up there.
I know I almost want to, but I almost want to say the Mystics just because Deladon is just still a force to be
Oh yeah.
reckoned with. So I think those are your two teams in the East. But we'll find out. It's going to be a fun season. Hopefully we can go to a game or two to check them out. Be my
Oh
first
no.
W.
We're
We are.
going.
Yes,
We're
we are.
going. I'm
Oh, you
already
already
planning.
did you already buy the tickets? Oh, thanks, Kevin. You're so
I'm
nice.
gonna buy the tickets and I'll let you know when I get them.
Oh, perfect. Thankfully they're not the cost of NBA tickets. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
all I have to
yes.
say. Awesome. What other questions do you have, Mark?
Okay. Now the Aaron Rodgers decision is taking I guess it's taking too long
Mm-hmm.
because he says he's intended to play for the New York Jets, but it hasn't been official yet because the Jets and Packers they're still talking about what they need to offer in the package, like the first round picks and some other players, or so on and so forth. I was wondering when the decision is going to be finalized.
It's a great
So
question.
that's up to the Packers and the Jets at this point. Apparently, before Rodgers' trade request, the general manager reached out to Rodgers and he denied every call or text message that he received from him. Honestly, if I'm the Packers, what do you have to lose at this point? Just sit, wait. The bad part though is they want to trade him after the trade deadline or after the draft because certain money kicks in prior to that. So they want that to stay on the Packers books instead of the Jets books.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I want Aaron Rodgers not to play football like I didn't want Tom Brady to play football again. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of tired of the same narrative with him of the old grumpy white guy sitting in his dark corner pouting. Either play or just retire. That's in my opinion. That's where I'm at. I don't know, Kevin. The thought process
I
has
think
changed,
it's gonna
but
be they'd like to get him in sooner rather than later so they can just end this whole fiasco. I would say the earliest is pre-draft, but no later than the end of the draft time. Because I just feel like they can't. You get to a point where you just can't wait any longer. So I think one of those teams are just gonna bite the bullet and say, "Okay, take it, take them. Here's your picks. This is what we offer you. It's the best we can do." And I think the Packers will get to a point where they're just gonna say, "Screw this. I'm tired of the headache. You guys can have Aaron Rodgers. Thank you for your X amount of years you did in Green Bay. You'll be a legend for getting us the title. But now it's time to move on, focus on the future of the franchise with Jordan Love, if that is the future. But I definitely think it's gonna be it's gonna come when we least expect it though.
hey, did you hear Andy Reid's comment when they asked him about Jordan Love?
He had not a damn clue
He was
who the
like,
hell he was.
"Wait,
It was
who?
hilarious.
What? Yeah, he played really well against you guys 2 years ago. Who was he again? Jordan Love. Yeah, no idea.
Well, and he was like, well, it sounds like he was pretty well from what I remember. Andy Reid don't remember nothing.
Andy Reid's just waiting for his hamburger to come down the line. Like, let's be honest.
Amazing.
What else you got, Mark?
Okay, now the AFC East. I think this is going to be an open door. I heard what Kevin was saying
Oh
when I
boy.
heard on the podcast about the AFC East is going to be the open door on the NFL. I think the Bills were on the top last season, but then they just faded down, and they just they couldn't be able to contend like they used to. I was wondering, are the Buffalo Bills are going to be on top of the AFC East, or they're going to just collapse?
Ooh. I think that the bit. So this is a very, very, very hot take. Oh man, I'm gonna cause a lot of rips right now.
I want this to be
I
on the
think.
Instagram when this comes out.
Well,
This has to go on Instagram.
you gotta have the access to Instagram if you want to make it. So
No, you can make this one
why?
because I don't know how to make reels. That's on you.
Hey, you
I
gotta
write the
figure. You gotta figure it out.
no.
Okay, so let me
I
see.
do one thing, you do the other thing, and
What?
Andrew does this thing.
Could I say what I say before my computer blows up on me? All right. So if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, oh my god, I'm like sweating saying this. I think the Jets will take the AFC East next year, and the Bills will be second. And then in third place, it will be the Dolphins. And then last place, tied with the Dolphins, will be Merritt's Patriots.
Wow.
Sad.
I think if Aaron Rodgers comes and he comes with that same attitude that he's been playing with, he's got everything he wants. He's got receivers, he's got young offensive line. He has no damn excuse. So neither do the Jet fans. Now the Jet fans, remember, the Jets are the Jets. I truly understand that. And they can do a lot of Jet things, but at least you can give those fans a little bit of hope. And I'm giving it to them tonight, 9:45 on March 27th, Monday. I just said that the AFC East is going to go to the Jets, and I just lit the internet on fire. So
I can't wait for this reel to come out. This is going to be hysterical. All right, so my take, and this
I already know what his take is. I'm ready.
Your Steelers going to be the worst team in the whole NFL. Yeah, that's my take.
No, see, why did you? I didn't even go there. I didn't even go there. We're talking about the AFC East. Going off topic.
Is it Timmy coming back?
I had to do the Kevin. Just go off topic.
Oh my god.
No, if the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, I think it puts him in a second place. I still think the Bills are the number one team in the AFC East. Not by much, by a very slim margin. Last year, until Miami had their whole debacle with Tua, they were crushing it. And they had a lot of slips at the end of the year. I think they got a decent running back in Damian Harris being signed there from the Patriots. As long as he stays healthy, you bring back Poyer, you bring back some good guys. They did lose Edmonds to the Steelers, so that's a big pickup for the Steelers on the defensive side of the ball with the linebacker there. But I don't see the Jets making that big old grandiose jump like everyone expects them to be. Only for the simple fact that they're good and they've got good talent on the team. I just don't see it all meshing well together. To be brutally honest, I don't see it meshing well. I think Miami is in third outright, and I think the Patriots are in last. I don't see the Patriots rebounding this year like we all expect. I expect them to get 10 wins. That's it. 10 wins. And I think, like we saw last year with almost everyone in the AFC West making the playoffs. At one point, we all thought it was going to happen. I think that's what happens this year, where a whole division actually makes the playoffs. I think that happens this year. Even if the Patriots make it into the wild card and they have to play in. But I do think the Bills have that slight edge over the Jets. But come ask me middle of the season what I think, and it might change. I don't know.
Yes, come ask me mid-season March, and we'll see if I hold strong in that prediction. I'm gonna try to, but
None of our predictions have come right. So
Mhm.
except for a few of Kevin's during the college basketball stuff, they did come right.
I'm about to say.
I'm about to say.
Well, hold on. We've had other predictions. We've had predictions that came out right or wrong.
Majority of them have been wrong.
Not all of them. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to look back.
Yeah, you can look back, but I'm pretty sure majority of our predictions have been like,
I know our NBA Finals ones was definitely like off of the radar. Was bad last year.
I
But
bet
go ahead, Mark.
all the March Madness buckets. I mean, the March Madness brackets. They're all busted. Bracket busted season.
there's actually 9 brackets that have the correct final 4.
Mm.
I want to know what their thought process when they were making. They just had to have been like, "Yeah, let me close
It's
my eyes and pick it."
it's someone that threw a dart at a dartboard and just like, yeah, that one, sure. Like someone that doesn't pay attention to college basketball or anything like that, just throwing it into a pool and winning monies. Good for you.
It's true. You know what I'm gonna do next time? I know I had the raffle wheel when we did like the drafting. I think I might do that next year. I'll use that raffle wheel for all the picks next year and see what happens.
I like that idea. I want in on that.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting to see where it would play out.
All right.
Also, Major League Baseball is having an opening day this week. Just to let you know, y'all.
Wait,
And I know we all don't follow baseball as much. I only just follow the Mets. I was wondering, and now who's going to be the MVP this year, and who will win a championship?
I didn't even know. Wow,
Baseball.
baseball starts on Thursday.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's like the season, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Opening
Yeah,
week.
because it's April. Oh my god, that's freaking crazy.
They're all playing down like in warm weather states though, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, good
Oh,
for
except for the Pirates, they have to go play in Cincinnati.
Let me
That
see.
sucks.
How about your Red Sox, Merritt?
You mean the Red Sox?
Red Sox. Same
They
old
are
Sox.
in Boston. Wow. They're playing the Orioles in Boston.
So, well, the March 30th, it starts off. My Yankees play at home against the San Francisco Giants,
Ooh, that's a good matchup, actually.
which is cool. I know the Yankees just got or re-signed Anthony Volpe.
Mhm.
So I know about that. But yeah, I would really love as a Yankee fan to enjoy Yankees baseball again. I know Merritt hates them because he's a Red Sox fan, of course. But again, yeah, it's that's all I got for baseball. But I am interested to see. I told Merritt the other week, I've never seen a baseball game at Citi Field or anywhere for the Mets yet. So I would love to do a We Out Here series for that one.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I think I hate this team, but I think the Dodgers will take it this year. Everything I keep seeing is
Oh
the
my
Dodgers.
God.
Dodgers have just loaded themselves up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with the Dodgers to win it
Yeah.
all. My Red Sox, who probably finish in complete last place per usual for the past few years, and then for some reason figure it out and win next year or the year after that. So whatever. I just is what it is. It's baseball. I don't
Yeah,
pay
my
attention.
prediction. I mean, who won the World Series last year? What, Houston?
Houston Astros.
Yeah,
Ugh.
Mark
They
knows.
beat the Philadelphia Phillies. Gosh, I hate the Phillies.
Yeah.
And
I
the
wanted
Braves.
the Phillies. I wanted the Phillies to win because I hate the Astros more than any other team besides the Yankees.
Let me see. I think I will go with just because I like the state and I like the stadium because I took a tour of it. I'll go with Merritt. I'll go with the Dodgers.
There you go. You want a fun fact? The old seats from Dodger Stadium were in Sun Devil Stadium They like sold them to them when they
Ooh.
revamped it a few years ago.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah, and they painted them yellow for Arizona State.
Oh my gosh.
They left the L and the A on it though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
I mean, that's still cool though to know
I
that
thought it was
those are
cool.
to go with the LA Dodgers. Let them know, hey, you're sitting in seats that were in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it's literally what they did. All right, Mark, two more questions and then we're gonna probably have to call it a night because it is getting late.
Yeah, you gotta head to bed.
You know it. All right, what's the next one for us, buddy?
uh now I usually play NBA Jam on Super Nintendo. I don't know if you guys remember NBA Jam, the old school games.
Oh yeah,
Yes, one of the
Those
best.
were the best games I ever played. It's fun. I like to play like sports video games like Madden, and also I
yep.
like to play also NBA 2K.
Ooh, good games.
Which ones are your favorites?
Hands down. So I used to actually really enjoy NBA Live
That
when it
was
was on the earlier PlayStations. But then I grew into so I'll never forget this. I bought an Xbox because everybody on my floor of like my freshman year of college bought an Xbox. So that's what we would all use to play games with each other. And then my buddy Ronald, who has been on the podcast, him and I were always do these like blacktop battles from at like 3 in the morning. So NBA 2K has become a very big love of mine as the years have gone on. I usually like get into like a long streak of like playing. I've stopped for a little bit after I've had to start like officiating weddings and making sure like I have like time to write these things. So I've been on a little bit of a drought, but NBA 2K is one of my favorites right now. And my other favorite would have been NCAA college football. That was my favorite game like coming up because I love to like create pipelines of recruiting. But and I heard there's talks in the works of bringing that back. I hope they do. But those would be my top two. What about you, Merritt?
I've got to go with NBA Street. I loved
Oh,
NBA Street. That the second one with Dr. J, I loved. Easily my favorite sports game besides like any version of Madden out there. But NBA Street's number one in my book for sure. All right, Mark. Last question. What's your last question for us tonight, buddy?
Okay, guys, who? All right. Um, are you looking to the forward to the movie called Air Jordan, based on a true story? It's going to be out in theaters. It's based on the true story about those guys who create Air Jordan sneakers.
yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah. That one they've given it 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And look at the cast they have in there.
Oh my god. You know
Like,
what? Can I just say one thing before we jump into the cast? I love that they did not cast somebody to actually play Michael Jordan. They just have
yes,
somebody
Yes.
you see Michael, but they don't show his face or anything. It's just
his silhouette.
the silhouette or the persona of Michael. I love that.
No, like that is like the actors they have in there. If it's not a good movie, then those actors failed. So I have faith that it's gonna be a good one. Um, I hope it is. So I will. I haven't been to a movie theater in so long, but I think I want to make an effort to try and go see this in theaters. So yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, all right, here's the cast: Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Viola Davis, Chris Tucker, Phil Knight's in it.
Is
Jason
he in
Bate.
it? Like he's actually in it?
Yeah, he's actually in it apparently.
That's hilarious.
Jason Bateman, Marlon Wayans, Julius Tenen, Jessica Green, Chris Mazina, Gustav Sargowski, Skargard. He's the brother to the guy who played It.
Okay.
Apparently, there's like four of them, and they're all really good actors. Matthew Marr, Barbara Suka, Tom Papa, and a few others. So you definitely got a great cast of people in here. Of course, Ben Affleck has to play the play Phil Knight.
Yeah,
And then Matt Damon's playing Sonny. So
I love it.
I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna go see it. I might actually go see Creed 3 this weekend.
Oh yeah,
So
that's another movie I need to see.
yep.
What's it called? Yeah, I watched the three of the Chris Tucker, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck were on Complex's sneaker shopping,
Mhm.
and they all talked about like how much like they didn't know about the shoes and everything and how everything went through. So that was really cool to like watch them
And
like
they all got custom Air Jordan ones. I
what do you mean?
think I saw something about like when they were on Complex, and they all got custom shoes on the back, says Air on the backs of the shoes or something.
Oh, that's actually pretty dope. If they did
Yeah.
get that, that's like fire. I feel like there's gonna be some sort of just being a sneaker. I'm just guessing, complete guessing. When that movie drops, they're gonna probably drop something special for it. That's just what I'm thinking.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
You almost have to drop another color. You have to drop the Lost and Founds again, because that's the original colorway.
Damn, no, that would be crazy if they did.
If they did that, I'm just gonna be like glued to this thing trying to get them.
Oh yeah, me too.
It won't happen, but it's okay.
Yes.
I can dream. Well, that's all we've got. Oh, besides one thing, Kevin is the best human being in the world, best co-host ever.
Yes. Thank you. Hold on. Could you say that again? My computer froze on me for just
That's BS that it froze, but Kevin is the best co-host ever. He and I have been going back and forth for a while since Bill Russell passed away. I've always wanted a Bill Russell jersey. One of my favorite basketball players. I know I never got to watch him in person. I've seen the highlights, seen all these things. I'm in the middle of reading one of his books. I think what he did on the basketball court is fantastic, but I love what he did off the court and what his message was as a human being. He texted me Sunday, yesterday, going, bro, yes, I found it. You are shitting me. He found a Bill Russell jersey. So I have now placed my order for this Bill Russell jersey 5 seconds after Kevin sent it to me. I showed it to Ashley and she goes, oh, that's not a bad price. I was like, okay, gone. Literally, she said that's not a bad price, and I bought it. It'll be here Saturday.
shout out to Ashley. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I will be here Saturday. I told Kevin I would put it on for one picture, and then I'm writing to Michaels and getting it put into a frame.
Now here's a question: what side are you going to show? Are you going to show like the Boston side with the 6, or are you just going to show the back of it?
I think the Boston side with the 6.
Okay.
I think that's the best way
Nice.
for that one. If it
Nice.
was
And
if it was autographed, which he never did autographs, then yeah, I would have wherever it's autographed.
And Marin, you should wear it on your next podcast episode.
If it's not in a frame, it might be in a frame.
You should hold off at least one episode and
Like
then put it in
this.
the frame. Literally put it in the frame during the episode.
Well, I can tell you, everyone that's going to listen to this week, I will not be wearing it next week. We have a special guest coming on where that jersey would not be the best idea, mainly because we're going to be talking to a West Virginia player. So I'd rather wear some blue and gold for that
Okay.
one. I think that's
All right.
appropriate.
Solid.
But yes, if I don't put it in a frame before the episode after that, then I will put it on for that episode.
Amazing.
That is it. Anything else? Did we miss anything? Did we forget something?
I did want to add one thing because I'm an idiot and it occurred to me
Can you
This
say
week-
that again?
I'm an idiot and it just occurred to me this week is WrestleMania and I
Oh, wow.
completely forgot because I thought it was next week because it's usually the first weekend in April. Then I realized, oh my God, April 1st is freaking this weekend. So Road to WrestleMania is here, guys. The week before is here. So that's gonna be super exciting. We'll have to get the guys on at some point to chat about it. But yeah, that's all I had left.
Well, before we go, and before Kevin does his famous outro, I do want to say one thing to the families of those in Nashville. So if you guys did not see the news today, I don't remember if it's 6 people were killed in Nashville at a private school, 3 teachers and 3 kids under the ages of 11. I can't fathom why someone would do this to anybody, but to children. It hurts more than anything. I have a lot of friends that have kids. I'm in the process of hopefully having my own. I don't want to ever feel like these parents are feeling. So use your voices, this audience, whoever listens to this, to demand a change. Demand some type of change in our government where this is okay, because it's not. I'm tired. Like, I think Mark, Kevin, everyone in this country is tired of seeing something like this every week now. And it gets brushed off our shoulders. Like, oh, it happens. It happens more here than it does in any other country combined. So if you want to say something, speak up. Use your voice that you have been given by living in this country. Vote for the people that can change things. Take the people out of office that will not change. Demand better of everyone involved. That's all I want to say. We're not a political podcast, but I think all 3 of us here tonight can agree what happened in Nashville should never have happened, and every other school shooting that has happened in this country never should have happened. So let's make a change.